Welcome back. Welcome back, Thundercats. So let's control and go to the next challenge, which is adding a submit button to the form. I think we're getting a hang of this. This isn't that difficult. I've given you some previews of submit buttons up here, right? So you kind of get the idea. I'm going to just copy this, and we're going to just add this at the bottom here, submit. And here you can see the button now, click to submit. And if you click on it, nothing happens. Go to a 404 page with another quote. Let's see. It should be noted that no ethically trained software engineer would ever consent to write a destroy Baghdad procedure. Basic professional ethics would instead require him to write a destroy city procedure to which Baghdad could be given as a parameter. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go back to the previous page. Let's see if we can get back to the previous page. Okay, cool. Okay, so if anytime you come across this again, I'll show you something really cool. Right, so if it goes to a 404 page, like it's going to, I think, maybe not. Okay, so just reset all code, see? Reset all code, and reset this lesson, and let's do this again. So you can always refresh it as well if you come across a problem. I think this is the previous one. We did this, right? Okay, so this is, sorry, I must have gone forward twice. Okay, so this is where they're looking for that button. So if I click on this, there's another quote here, and how do I go back? I just refresh the page. Sometimes you come across an error like that. Okay, cool. So let's indent this as well, and let's read what we need to do. Add a submit button to a form, just like we see here. Submit button to a form. Cool. So let's add a submit button to your form. Click this button and we will send data to your form. From your form to the URL you specified with your form's action attribute. So notice there's an action attribute, which is a type attribute. I don't know why I think maybe they, anyway. So here is an example of a submit button. Let's copy this and we'll put it right here. And here we see that it is a button. They're both valid. It's just sometimes people prefer using buttons than input types, right? So we learned about input types here, using input types for the button. But here in FCC, they want you to use the button attribute, which is different, which is still fine. Add a button as the last element of your form element with the type submit and submit as its text. So we have a type equal submit, and we want to change this text into submit with a capital S, right? And then we're going to remove the other placeholder is fine. We're going to remove the other input type submit value, click to subscribe. Again, remove that. There was an example we got from MDM. And we're going to move this up and align it. You do not have to toggle this. You don't have to indent this. It's fine. Like, it's because again, you could if you want to, but you don't need to. And I now wouldn't do that. So okay, add the text as the last element of your form. So this is the form. This is open form, closed form. This is the form element. And inside we have two things right now. We have input and we have the button. So now your form should have a button inside it, which is correct. There's a button inside the form. Your submit button should have the attribute type set to submit. We have type equals submit. So the attribute type is set to submit, right? And your button should have the text submit, which it does. See over here, there's a button here. It does say submit, and because of this right here. Make sure your button element has a closing tag. So buttons are an element that has open and close, just like the href, right? The anchor tags, they have a open and they have a close. Likewise, buttons have an open and a close, and inside there are some attributes like type equals submit. This is the anchor tag href. We have image also with source and auth, but this is self-closing. But buttons are not self-closing. Inputs are self-closing. Forms are not self-closing. Okay, I hope you understand that. Okay, let's move on. I wonder what happens if you click submit. Yep, 4. Okay, well, let's not worry about this. Nice quote. Okay, let's not worry about this. Let's just click run the test. It should run the test with no problems. Tomorrow the better world, and we'll see you in the next video, in the next challenge.